Talladega razor. Here's the Talladega. Talladega is a song, right? That is a song, right?
Air Church.
Air Church. That is a place right now of one of the most. I'm trying to figure out the right word because it's obviously disgusting, despicable, but this is an eye-opening headline that we all saw this morning whenever we woke up, that a noose was found in Bubba Wallace's garage. And for those of you who have ever been around a race, like for us here at the Indy 500, I've gone to it a couple times. Probably will never go again, but I've gone to it a couple times. And to get to the garages, to get to where the cars are, which I don't know how much NASCARs are, but I do know in Indy, each car is worth over $1 million. To get to the garages where the drivers are, where the teams are, where the cars are, where whatever the owners, however much money they're paying to be there, they are. To get there, you have to get through like 7 different layers of these yellow shirt bumps that you have to get through, okay? Your things are getting checked at every single, maybe 4 feet that you walk, you're getting checked. And if you're in there roaming around, even after you've gotten in there, you're getting checked again because there is so much money in those garages, right? And obviously, we're in a very different time where outside of those garages, there isn't just absolute pandemonium of drunks everywhere, which is what the infield of a racetrack looks like normally. It's just pandemonium, good time, people having a blast, getting after it. So I would assume that's why those garages have to be locked down even more, because once old buddy just did a 6-beer bong and then maybe a dizzy bat and then a Louisville slugger, and then he comes through, does a flip cup game, a beer pong game, maybe pops an Adderall and says, I will go see my favorite driver, and tries to get into where the garage is, there's a problem. So it's locked down. So to get into the garages, and I'm just going off of what I know here at the end of it, I had a car in the race. I couldn't get in. I paid $250,000 to start a company that didn't exist so that our friend could race in the 100th running of the Indy 500. Shirtsforamerica.com. Now, that car would get cucked by Lily like 2 days before the race happened, and they would have tickets to the race, and I would be outside their street, sitting across the street and all that. But I had a car in the race, and to get into the garages, it was as if I had to do some death-defying stunt to get in there. I'm like, no, I actually paid for something. You're drunk. Well, yeah, but I still paid for something in there, and I have all the credentials to get in there. So what I'm saying is, whoever got into this garage and did this to Bubba Wallace is somebody that has all the credentials. Now, unless they came in through a chopper, unless they came in through the top, this is somebody that had to know somebody to get in there, or maybe it was one of the yellow shirts that is sent out there to protect it. But with the amount of money in those garages, with the cameras on, with all of that, not only, obviously it's disgusting, despicable to even do that, especially in the time that we're in right now, where it feels as if the world is coming together more so than ever before. It feels like the world is being more educated on things. We feel like we're doing this. So to do that, this is somebody who wants to get caught. Is what it sounds. This seems like somebody who wants to get caught. This seems like somebody who wants to be like, yeah, that was me. I did that, because they feel as if they're some hero amongst some crew of humans, by the way, who are despicable humans who are always going to exist, by the way. That group of people is always going to exist. There's never going to be anything that's going to change them. I wish there was a way to change them, and I just don't think. I mean, I've watched enough, I feel like, daytime talk shows that in my life, I'm not talking about now, but in my life, that those humans are always going to exist. I wish they didn't. I wish that was the case. But I think now, I hope that we are more together than we've ever been to understand that act was done by somebody that none of us like. Like that person, that act was done by somebody who knows they're going to get caught. That act was done by somebody who, whenever they get caught, they feel as if they're a hero amongst their little idiot group. But that act is done by somebody that none of us like. And I think it's something that Bubba Wallace, I assume in the racing business, in the NASCAR business, in the trips that they go and the places they go, that he potentially encounters this group of idiots that we all don't like. At this point, I think more and more people don't like them, by the way. I feel like through his racing career, he's probably encountered a lot of this. Doesn't deserve it. But, man, I'm happy that Bubba Wallace is going to get out there and win the damn race now right after this happens. Just like Dale Jr. said, I hope Bubba goes and wins it. I do hope Bubba goes and wins it. And I hope that person that gets caught, who feels like a hero, ends up getting his ass kicked by somebody, because that's literally the only thing that'll be able to change this whole thing.
Well, that's what, like, you're like, what does this accomplish?
Nothing.
NASCAR
it accomplishes nothing.
NASCAR has already said, too, like, okay, yeah, this guy's going to get
get fired and is going to be barred from the sport for forever. So, like, at the end of the day, like, did they think that this maybe would cause him to be like, all right, I can't race today. Can't do this. Like,
yeah, like you think Bubba's that weak? No, Bubba knew as soon as he put Black Lives Matter on there, and as soon as he came out and spoke out, and as soon as NASCAR finally decided to officially ban Confederate flags, I would assume that Bubba Wallace, by the way, Bubba Wallace doesn't deserve to have to feel this way, but I think Bubba Wallace knew, okay, here we go. I'm tough enough. I can take this. I would assume, knowing what he's going to do. It's an uncomfortable situation, especially in a sport that revolves around and is located in a place that potentially has some sort of connection to a flag for a lost cause still to this day. Some people do. It makes no sense to me. I'm from Pittsburgh. Okay. I'm undefeated in wars against the South. I have no idea why you would want to continue to hold on that. They say, well, it's heritage. It's this, it's that. Well, that feels like you're kind of trying to spin it in a different direction from what it actually was. But you got to remember, those people are never going to change. It's a shame. It is. I wish they did. I wish they would. But there is always going to be a select group of people that are idiots. And those idiots, at least one of them or two of them, who knows how many is going to get caught for this, because there's no way they don't have cameras on this entire thing.
Especially, like, I mean, with COVID and everything, like that, just it minimizes
a third of the people.
Exactly. Like they're going to find out who did this almost immediately, and who
How
knows?
cool did that guy feel though? Like, after he did it, he went home. He goes bound, whatever, campfire, whatever the hell they're doing. I did it. I did. I went right in there, and I put a noose in his garage. And somebody at that thing was probably like, well, why'd you do that? Let them know. Can't fly a Confederate flag, can we? Well, we kind of have one over our camp right now, though. Well, yeah, you get it, though. You get it, though. He's like, well, don't you think they're going to catch you? I hope they do. And then what's going to happen? Well, I'm never going to be allowed back in a NASCAR race again, which is the only thing I really like. I'm probably not going to be able to do anything in this out, which don't ask me questions, okay? I can't fathom how stupid you have to be to do this. And more power to Bubba Wallace to be able to just be like, yeah, I'll just go win the race. It doesn't matter.
Hats off to NASCAR too for being swift and being like, hey, we're not putting up with any of this BS.
I feel like NASCAR has been, especially in these last couple months here, last month, where we're in a interesting time to be alive. I feel like NASCAR understands that, hey, although maybe some of our regulars are going to hate this, we hope to open this sport up to a lot more people and make it a more inclusive one. And sometimes to do that, you got to piss off some people, and it feels like the people that are getting pissed off are the people that you probably don't want supporting your organization anyways, the people that are potentially going to go in there with a Noose. Jussie Smollett was trending this morning because there was a lot of people that are like, oh, it's probably fake, like the Jussie Smollett situation. Let me tell you about Jussie Smollett's situation. That situation set back race relations probably 10 to 15 years because it was a bunch of BS. But let's not act like just because one thing like that happened doesn't mean everything else happened. People are trying to say that Bubba Wallace did it himself or something like that. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. You can't be that dumb. You can't. You literally can't. But it's a lot easier just to be like, you know what? Probably fake. Probably fake. No, that didn't happen. That's probably just a fake thing. Let's just move on. Let's just act like it didn't happen. So NASCAR is going to handle this situation. This guy's going to get caught. He's going to get banned. He's going to get moved on. Let's hope Bubba Wallace wins the damn race down there in Talladega. Here's the slowing down, turning up. And cars go real fast.
Go round.
Round.
Talladega.
Talladega.